Welcome back to another video here on the channel. Today we are going to be reviewing a brand new game straight from Kickstarter, and that is The Last Fish. The Last Fish is a party card game that takes place in the vibrant world of the Great Pond, home of the Whiskers. In this game that plays between 2 to 6 players, you take control of a Whisker, and you spend your game slinging spells, making friends, and ending them with fireballs. In this game, you're not just a regular Whisker, you are a Whisker champion, and you are trying to Highlander style eliminate all of the other Whiskers so there can be only one. And just in case you were wondering how long it would take for you to defeat all of the other Whiskers, this game should only take between 10 and 60 minutes. As you can see, we have this game set up for 4 players. Each player is provided one of the rule cards, a champion Whisker, 3 health, and their starting hand of 5 cards. In the center of the table, we also set up the draw deck and the encounter deck with enough room for discard piles. Gameplay is super simple. You're going to take your turn, and your turn is broken up into 3 actions. Action number 1, draw a card from the draw deck and add it to your hand. Then, 2, discover a card from the encounter deck and follow its effects, then set it face up in the encounter discard pile. Next, the current player can choose one of 2 actions per turn after they are done following the effect of the encounter card they drew. They can either A, do any or all of the following actions in whatever order they prefer. Cast as many spells as they want, use as many instants as they want, play 1 curse card. Choose between equipping an item to their champion or playing an attack card targeting an opposing player. Or the other action they can choose from is to draw until their hand has 5 cards in it. If they already have 5 or more cards, they draw once instead, then end their turn. Now that we've talked about what you're going to do on your turn, let's talk about the different types of cards in the game. There are 5 types of cards in the game, starting with instants. These are cards that can have powerful effects that can be played at any time during either turn. The only limitation is they can only be played after the encounter card is discovered on either player's turn. Spell cards. These are fun thematic magic cards that can be played on your turn after you have discovered your encounter card. You can play as many of these as you want, and they can have broad sweeping effects on gameplay. Curses are special spells or items that have an initial ability and a secondary ability. To use a curse's secondary, often more powerful ability instead of its initial ability, you must sacrifice some of your HP. The big thing that makes curses different from spells is that you can only play a maximum of 1 curse card per turn, and each player cannot use curse cards on their first turn. Attack cards are the primary damage dealing cards of the game. You can only play 1 attack card on a turn unless otherwise specified, and you cannot play an attack card if you've also equipped an item card this turn. Item cards are equipped to your champion, and they can help prevent damage. They also can have powerful secondary effects that are specified on the cards themselves. You cannot equip an item card in the same turn that you play an attack card. As you go around the table completing your turns, you're going to encounter several keywords that you can see right up on the screen now. Each of these have a specific effect, and they're usually not defined on the card, so you will have to know these keywords or refer to your rule card. The game is over once you are the last Whisker champion standing. Now that you know how to play the game, I'm going to meet you back up top and give you my final thoughts. Last Fish is a super fun game that I have enjoyed playing since we got it in from Kickstarter. It scales really well to the number of players. It is a little bit more interesting, but also a little bit more chaotic when you're playing with more players. But unlike a lot of games that start scaling at 2, this one does play very well with 2 players. In my humble opinion, 3 or 4 players is the sweet spot. It's fairly table friendly, though it does spread out a little bit when you're playing with the maximum number of players, but that's going to be understandable based on having to have 6 seats at the table potentially. It's family friendly, the art is really nice and kid friendly, it's also super thematic, and it's also budget friendly. It packages up in this great box, and I really like the design of the box because it has like the flap and it holds itself closed. It looks really nice. The artwork on the outside is really nice. It's super easy to learn and understand and to teach to others, so you can get this thing rolling really quickly. And if you're playing with a smaller amount of players, like a 3 or 4 player game, you're really only going to be playing typically around 20 minutes. Even though it says it can go up to 60, that's really if you're only playing with the maximum number of players and everybody's taking a really long time to do their turn. I would certainly recommend you go out and pick up a copy of this game, and once you've played it, let us know what you think. If you like this review content here on the channel, please hit that like button and leave a comment down below. Did you back this on Kickstarter? Are you already home and enjoying it? Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of this content going forward, and ring that bell so you know what's up, and we'll catch you in the next one.
Hi, Tisha Valenza, aka Poison Ivy, and you've just been watching King's Entertainment Reviews. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and watch.